Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know I look a little strange right now. I had just done a complete tutorial on my makeup and completely forgot to do my concealer and my Benefits Well Rested, and then my husband called and that was still filming, and I just ended up saying the heck with that video, I'm going to start over. But instead of taking all my makeup off, I'm just going to show you one side that's completely done, and I'll just replicate this side. So it is the Nars Galapagos eyeshadow that I used the other day for 4th of July, which I love. I am making one little minor tweak. Instead of using the Giorgio Armani Nola for the lid, which is really glittery, very, very pretty, but more appropriate for 4th of July or maybe more of a night out, I'm using the, from the Extra Dimensions collection from MAC, the Modern Pewter color, which is a real pretty color. Still very, in keeping with the Galapagos being so dark and rich brown, this is more of a grayish green silver, so it's really very, very complimentary, at least on my brown eye color. So I'm going to use this instead. And yeah, let me just get started. So again, this side's done, and I'm going to finish this side again for you. So I'm using my Neutrogena Healthy Mix, which is what I used the other day, and I believe it's Nude 40. It is Nude 40. I'm not going to color match on my hand right now because I am going to do a bronzer. Color matching means adding this and something else that would really match my skin color right now. I'm a little bit darker than this. I'm not obviously a nude. I'm a little bit more of a bronze. Not bronze, maybe more of a beige right now. But I'm going to just put this on my face. I did put moisturizer back on here. And the trick is just making sure I don't overlap into what I had already done. But I did put my moisturizer on, which by the way is my Embryolisse. In case you've not ever heard of this, this is a really great moisturizer. And then I did put as my primer today, because it's going to be so hot. We are going to a pool party, so I really don't want to be, you know, sweating my makeup off. I used the Vichy Normaderm Pro Matte Mattifier, which I love. So, in blending this in and getting it on my eyes, which is fine by me. I took my lipstick off, which was the Bombshell. Looking into my viewfinder is fine, but there are times where I am going to have to look into my mirror, which is right there. Oh, I've never done this before. This is interesting. Okay. You might see some weird angles depending on where I have to look to get the best optimum view for myself. But anyway, so that's done. Okay, really good foundation. I really, really like it. It is a dupe for Nars Sheer Glow. I totally agree, which I'm out of. I have to get more of that. Now, I'm going to follow up with my Laura Mercier Natural Beige Mineral Powder, and I am using my brush, which is right here, my airbrush, Sephora 55 airbrush, which is really great. I use it only for this. There's enough left in the cap from when I just did it earlier to just go over my face. Very, very little, because I'm only doing this side right now. I tend to concentrate more here. This is where my pores tend to be the most prevalent for me. And into the ear. Always get into the ear and beyond the neck. Okay? Okay, that being done, it's a lot easier doing only half your face. Using my Chanel Teint de Soleil and using this brush that I got from a Costco collection. It was the Borghese collection. I don't remember what the name was, but it's a kabuki brush. And it does shed. I have to be careful with this. Just making sure there's no hairs on there. And just, I don't contour with this type of brush, although I can. Wouldn't find that difficult. I'm just using this. This is where I'm going to color match my skin right now. This is where I'm going to get that bronzed look. Guys? You can see immediately. And I love the Teint de Soleil as an all-over, just wiping some of it on the back of my hand, color. Okay, excellent. Making sure that if you have this, make sure that the plastic goes on that, because you don't want that to dry out. I'm sure it's available now, but I'll have this for quite some time. Okay, face is done, doing concealer afterwards. Now going right for the eyes. I used, I put it away already, my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, which I love. I've hit pan on it, but there's still plenty there. And going in to my eyes, and going up to where my eyebrows are in the corner for extra brightness. Going up to my eyebrows and out. And taking it a little bit underneath, just making sure I have enough there and no residual makeup from when I just had done my face. Can you see that? Okay. Alright. Taking my NYX pencil, my jumbo pencil in milk, and just going up right there by my arch. That's the start. I don't know if you can hear me, my hand's in front of my face. That's the start of my highlight and giving me that sharpness of my brows that I do like. You know, that clean look under my brows that I like. Making sure that's completely blended. Okay. All right. Letting that set so it's not I don't want it to be so tacky that I can't move my eyeshadow around my eye. Using the Modern Pewter and using my, which looks like I put back, my 239 by MAC. I love this to lay down the color. Going to look into my mirror. And this is just a very, very pretty, you can see, subtle shimmer of a color. I'm just laying it down on my lid. That's the lid color. Now I need a transition color, and I will overlap this slightly. I'm using my Naked from my Naked palette, and I'm using my Sigma, is this the E40? Let's see what this is. This is the E40 by Sigma. Nice brush, blow off most of the excess, and then just going in and creating a nice transition. I like to go into my corner, not my lower inner corner, but the upper part, because that starts to elongate my nose. I do have a wide bridge to my nose, and I like to try and slim that down. And that is my transition color. So this color, this Naked from the Naked palette, will peek out above the Galapagos that I'm about to lay down now. So that's a nice color right there. Now my Galapagos. My favorite eyeshadow, one of my all-time favorite eyeshadows. You can see a beautiful shimmer, but it does blend out to a nice sheen. It's beautiful, incredibly pigmented. I'm using my Chanel brush, my number 19 brush from Chanel. I love this. I just lightly tap because it's so pigmented. I just gotta lightly tap. I have enough on here. I still blow it off. I'm going to look, it's easier for me to look. I mean, you might be seeing me at strange angles, but I'm hoping that you can get the effect. And I'm going to bring it into my crease, looking straight ahead, concentrating more here, because that adds a lift to my eye, as opposed to bringing it too far out to the edge. I mean, I will connect it with the lower bottom, because I will put this color in the bottom as well, but just moving that in slightly, and you could see the color this affords. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color, and a beautiful sheen, and a really nice formulation, and just bringing it in to this part here. We're bringing it over so it starts to have that gradient effect of color between the Modern Pewter and now the Galapagos. Taking my what do I do with it? Taking my E40 by Sigma and just going over, but not blending it to the point where it's gone. Just blending it into that transition color just ever so slightly, the outer edges. And that's it. That's all I need to do. Taking this again under the lower eye. I do like a thick color under my eye. I just always did, and I just find it looks nice for me. I'm not looking for that corpse look, by any means, or that, you know, weird look, you know, that, I don't know, how do you describe it? I like that sexy smudge look. That's what I like. That's what I'm going for. What that is there. And I just take my finger and I just connect the two. There you go. I do like to make sure, in looking here, I'm looking really at an extreme angle, just making sure this is blended in here. I don't like that sometimes when you could see the blend work wasn't completely done. And just blending. Okay, now I did go in with all that glitters on the inner corner, top inner corner, with this brush as well the other day. And I just blended it ever so slightly there. I just thought it lent a very pretty shimmer and a nice, again, a gradation of color from the middle of my brow bone, which I'm going to top off with a white. I just thought that was pretty. Okay, that's done. My white that I used was from, excuse me, to reach up like that, this Stila palette, which I've had for some time. It did break, so the top comes off, unfortunately. Let me put this over here. Using my, where is that brush? Where is that brush? It's a Real Techniques brush. Oh, here it is. Okay. Using my Real Techniques eyeshadow blender brush, I'm going in with this color here, which is a nice warm white with like a pink kind of glow, and then just topping it off right there. And it just really enhances the high points of my face, which are my arch here and my cheekbones. So I find that to be very useful, and then I take it into my inner corner as well, which I will top off with Kitten. There you go. Okay, so that is a nice bright look. Leave that there. Put this. Do I need this? No, I don't need that. Okay, so now that is done. Going into my eyeliner using Black Track Fluid Line with, if I can find it quickly enough, unless I did not leave it out. No, I did not. My Chanel eye brush, which is a skinny, small little brush, which sometimes is quite hard to find when, here it is. So small and skinny. It's number 19, Chanel. I just, you know, get it going on my wrist, on my back of my hand rather, and go right in. Let me go look here. This is so much easier. Don't want too much of it today. It is daytime. And I do want to have a little bit of a wing, but not too much. Okay, going up to the top now. Getting it close to my lashes. Okay, and now going in from here. Okay, and this again is my Chanel brush, number 19. And my Black Track Fluid Line, of which I love to use. Okay, just making sure this is 19, not 13. No, I thought so. It was number 13. Okay, so that's done. I am going to blend that out in a bit. Curl my lashes. My Chanel curler. Any curler will do. And what I mean by blending out, if I think that the point is a little too sharp, I will go in with my color slightly and just mute that down and add a little bit more into that deep inset, also known as the outer V, just to sharpen that. If I didn't mention, I think I did, or maybe I did not, we're going to a pool party today, and I really don't need to be worrying about whether or not makeup is running down my face. Okay, just to blend. Curled my eyelashes, going in with my Dior Show Maximizer, which is my lash primer. And the trick to this, I will be honest, you have to work with this while it's still tacky. I know some people don't like it. I love it, but I know when to apply my mascara right after this. I put a good amount on, concentrating more, I suppose, on the outer lashes, which is where we want most of our mascara to give you that flared look. I don't use it on the lower lashes. I have used this at night, just putting it on as a lash conditioning treatment. Let that set for a second. Make sure I have all of my stuff here because I want to work quickly now with my mascara. Galapagos is done. Go through my brows real quickly with my Anastasia brow powder, which I've clearly hit pan on. I have just that little ridge left. Using my, again, that Borghese collection from Costco is great. Using my angled brush from this, just going in here and just fixing anything that needs to be, you know, kind of filled in. Okay, I do like a bold brow. It works well for my strong features of my face. And now going in with my mascara, which is the Power, I always call this the XXL Pro, which I do have, the Power Volume Collagen Mascara. And I am dabbing off pretty much most of the end there on my wrist. I mean, most from the end, rather. And just going right in now, concentrating on the ends and piling the mascara on. I do like a thick amount of mascara. I find, I just get some there. I find that it works for me. And this mascara, I will tell you, is a really good buy. You can see right away it starts to lengthen and thicken. I'm more about thickening than I am more about lengthening if I had to choose between the two, but this just gives me both. You can see right away it just starts to really work. And my brows are kind of, my eyelashes rather, are kind of sparse. Then I go down. I always make sure I get the backs of my lashes. I think it helps darken, it helps enhance your eyeliner. It just really looks better. I think when someone looks down, they have, especially if they have very fair lashes and they don't do the backs of their lashes and you see eyeshadow fallout. So if you're somebody who's got fair coloring right down to eyebrows and eyelashes and you use black mascara or even just brown, I would make sure you get the backs of your lashes. It's very, very important. Okay, so you can see how that did wonders. Now, and going with my the sides of my lashes, the bottom of my lashes, I use the side of the brush and I actually just kind of feather it down. And give it a second to dry. You don't want to clump it up. And then go back in with what's on here and then just kind of, you know, get it going again. This time I will go from the roots and drag up. Okay. Leave that be for a second. Leave the bottom for a second. I'm going to go in with my, do I have my MAC palette? I do. No. You know what? I'm going to use, which I think the other day, no I didn't, I used Celeste. I used Nola. I'm going in with Stila's Kitten and just bringing it into my inner corner because that's what I have on this side. Because the Nola does have a lot of fallout. Okay. There you go. Okay, let's start the cheeks while that dries, because I'm going to go back with more mascara. Using my Luminoso and my MAC 116. Right here, my MAC 116. And just going in, and I went high on my cheeks and gave myself a nice amount of this. You don't need a highlight with this. You could see the sheen it gave me already, and I love this. Okay, taking my Sephora airbrush, just blending because there's enough product on that to do that with. You can see I did not do the concealer yet. You can clearly see the difference between both eyes. I want to just darken one thing if I can. Try not to make this too long, but I do want to go in under here, even though I just did mascara. That's okay. I'm doing more mascara. I just want to bring that down ever so slightly. There we go. Okay. I like that smudgy, sexy look. To me, I just love that. And I find it's just kind of become my look. And I like to bring my lashes down to cover that, to give it more of a sexy look. And make sure you get the corners of your lashes. Okay. Let that dry. I'll smudge that with my finger underneath to get rid of any kind of excess. Now that's done. I'm going in with my bronzer brush that I used for my Chanel Tan de Soleil and just buffing any harsh edges. Okay. Going in now with my concealer, my Clinique Airbrush Concealer, and just, you know, lightly, without getting into my blush and messing that up, just concentrating right here. It's so important to add that brightness. And I think that's what I loved about this makeup look, was the brightness of certain products. Well, I do love this concealer. I would really wholeheartedly recommend it. I really do love it. And I don't need to go over here with anything because that blush added a nice highlight. And now I'm going in with my Benefits Well Rested, which I love. I'm sorry, that was a little too quick. Benefits Well Rested. I love this. This, to me, I cannot ever be without. With my another Costco brush, these brushes were really, really good. And I have a good assortment of brushes and good brushes, but these I found very good uses for. And then just going in, not too much, but just right there. Even a little bit more on that side, just right there, just to give me that nice brightness. Okay, and not wanting this to be too long, I'm going to start with my lips. I do have a little bit of a balm left. I did use this balm by Fresh, what is it, Fresh Sugar? I got it in a Birchbox. I'm not crazy about these products, but I figured I would use it. It's by Fresh. It's that lip treatment. This is the color Rosé. Just a little bit. I already had some on, just to allow my NYX 817 Hot Red, I believe, if I remember correctly, to go on nice and easy. No highlight today. I'm not going to get crazy. I have a lot going on. Okay, taking just ever so slightly. Some of it off in the middle because the Bombshell is a frost color. It moves about beautifully on the lips, and I love it. Such a pretty color. I can't believe this almost got lost in my makeup drawer. I would have lost it, I think, all summer. And just overlining slightly. And if I'm not mistaken, that should be everything. Going to curl like I always do. Not squeezing too hard, not allowing it to clamp on, but just allowing it to have a little bit of a bend. I always curl after I put my mascara on, and I go in to make sure that every little bit of mascara is still on the lashes, and then I just feather up at the top. And that's my falsies look. That's not for everyone, it's just what I like to do. Yeah, I think that's everything. Just go over my brow, because I didn't yet, with my Anastasia gel. I like to pull it across to bring down some little hairs to give me that kind of little waxed look there. And that is my look. So I hope I didn't keep you too long with this. And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoy this. This is the look. I love the colors. And it works for me. So I hope that you at least pick up the Nars Galapagos after this. I hope you love the brightness of the lipstick and the blush like I do. I think the colors are just so harmonious together. So if you don't get the Galapagos, try and get this. This is really great. The Bombshell, what is this, like $15? It's not too much for a really pretty lipstick. So I hope you enjoy this, and leave me any comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.